Hi there, I'm Lisa from Mythical Witchery. Welcome to my channel, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today is Tarot Tube Tuesday, and I am doing a VR response to Cassandra from A Riffle in Time. This is the 5 Tarot Deck Challenge. So the first prompt is, show us a deck that you're currently using. And that would be the Tarot of Echoes. I love this deck. I got it about a month or so ago. This is by Latero Arthurian, and it's an indie deck. And it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that box. I love how the box opens all the way up. That makes me really happy. So these are the backs. And this is a really lovely, lovely cardstock. It doesn't have a linen finish, but it's so easy to shuffle. It's a gorgeous stock. And look at how beautifully that fans. Just gorgeous. I love Anna's artwork. It is so pretty. She's made a number of decks, and I love every one of them. The Tarot of Abyss is a little bit different, and it's gorgeous. I think it's really underrated. But this one, the Tarot of Echoes, it just touches my artist's soul. I love the artwork. I love the feeling. I love the messages. I watched Anna's, it's almost a 2-hour video explaining her artistic choices for these cards, and it was really incredible to see these cards through the artist's eyes. If this is a deck that you have or that you're thinking of getting, I know it's going to be difficult to get it right now, but if you are or you have it, I highly recommend watching Anna's video because it really opened up the deck for me in a lot of ways. This deck will be coming out in the mass market, maybe 2025, could be 2026. It's hard to say at this point, but it will include a guidebook. So I love this 8 of Wands. So if you did happen to miss this deck this time around, don't worry, you will be able to get it down the road. So this is the deck that I am currently using, and it is a huge favorite. The next prompt is, show us your last 5-star tarot deck. This is a tough one because I've had several 5-star decks come into my collection recently, but this is the most recent one, and I love this deck. Oh my goodness, this makes me so happy. This is the Wisdom of Pooh by Ruin Vervain, and this is an indie deck that funded on Kickstarter, and I just received it last week. Absolutely love this. Look at that map there of 100 Acre Wood. Love this. And the yellow ribbon. Love a ribbon. So it comes with some keyword cards. I'll just show you these briefly. So that's what they look like. These are the backs. They're so pretty. Look at that. You see Pooh here, and over here all of the different suits. You got the wand and the chocolate pinnacles and the honey pots and the swords. Look at this little bee. It's so cute. Just so cute. It's got this lovely gold gilding. Also available on their shop, you can choose between gold or the yellow, and it's the same yellow that you see in the ribbon right here. There's also a mini deck available. So these are made from a lovely, beautiful matte cardstock with a linen finish, and they are super, super flexible. I absolutely love this deck. Like, love it. This is probably, This is probably in my top 3 favorite decks, which is saying something because I have a lot of decks, so it's really tough to get into the top 10, let alone the top 3, but this one definitely made it. It is a really gentle reading deck, but it's also a very, like any tarot deck, it's very honest. It's going to tell you what you need to hear, but it's going to tell you in a way that is gentle and kind. And I love it. This is more than a hug deck for me. This is a deck that I would go to for answers about almost anything, but definitely if I needed a hug, this is where I'm going. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. And definitely a 5-star deck in every way. So that is the Wisdom of Pooh Tarot. And this is the last 5-star deck that I've received into my collection. The next prompt is, show us a deck that you keep putting off using and you need help making yourself use it. Well, this is another deck illustrated by Arthurian. This is by Claire Duval. This is Latero Arthurian. And wow, okay, I think this is an incredible deck. But, well, I grew up in Canada, in Western Canada to be precise, and we learned some French. Being a country that has 2 official languages, we did grow up learning some French, but I'll be honest, most of the French I learned came on the back of the cereal boxes because in Canada, all products have to have French and English. So I literally grew up reading the French side of cereal boxes. But does that mean that I can read this? No, it does not. Sadly, I can't. The only thing that stops me from reading this deck is the fact that it is in French, and I cannot read French. And at this later stage in my life, it's pretty unlikely that I'm going to be able to read it. Now, I know there are people who have used Google Translate successfully to translate this deck, but that is a massive job. And it's just one that I just don't think that I have the energy for. So the cards come in another little box. So if you don't want to keep this big box out, you can just keep the cards in here. These are the backs. They're beautiful backs. And got this lovely gold gilding, which is a little on the really sparkly side, actually. However, some of it is coming off. You might be able to see my finger there. Some of that's gold, little gold flakes that are coming off the deck, which is a shame. But again, the artwork is instantly recognizable, for me at least, as Anna's art. And it is a really, really beautiful deck. And I would love to get into this, really dig into it, especially the guidebook, because the guidebook is just, it's amazing. It has so much information, but I cannot read it. I've heard that there are people out there who have translated it into a PDF document. I don't have a clue who those people are. And even if I did, whether or not I could get a hold of that, it would certainly be helpful. But anyway, if anyone has any suggestions on something that would make it easier for me, because like I said, using Google Translate on every page is just, it's too much work for me. But I would really love to start using this deck with the guidebook, because I think the guidebook is an integral part of really understanding this deck. Now, I did see Anna, she put a poll on Instagram, and she asked if people were interested in an English version of this, and a huge majority of people said yes. So it is my hope that we will eventually see an English version of this deck come out. I really hope so, not just for my sake, but lots of people who are, in my position and cannot read French, and maybe they just don't have the energy or whatever to spend all that time trying to translate the guidebook. That would be fantastic. So this is a tarot deck that I keep putting off using, and I need help. I need help making myself use it. If you can help me, that would be wonderful. All those little gold flakes coming off. Oh dear. Okay. Prompt number 4. This is the penultimate prompt. Show a tarot deck that you feel is very underrated on TarotTube. And in my opinion, that is the Creatures Tarot. I think this is such a sweet deck. Really, really sweet. Now, the artist or the creator of this deck, Sarah Kathleen, she's a UK creator, has just recently launched a Creatures Black and White on Kickstarter. And it was a very successful campaign. So I'm looking forward to that. It's all new artwork, but it's the same creatures, just in black and white. So these are the backs. And these are the cards. The artwork is very simple, very sweet. And what's really cool about this is it takes humans completely out of the equation, which somehow makes this deck accessible in a way that I didn't expect, honestly. It allows me to sort of sit back and just, whoops, we got a few upside down cards here. How did I do that? Let me just fix these, obviously. Oh my goodness, I've got a lot of them, don't I? I think most of those were upside down, and these ones are okay. So, okay, I can't remember what I was just saying, but I just love this deck. I love this deck, and it's one that I don't see nearly often enough on TarotTube. It would be great to see this more because it is really sweet. Really, really sweet. I'm quite excited because when I ordered the black and white, I also ordered the Creatures Oracle, which I missed. But she is doing a limited number for people who decided to purchase it through this most recent Kickstarter. So I'm quite excited to get that. This is a really fun deck. It's really fun and really sweet. It gets to the essence of the cards. So this is a tarot deck that I feel is very underrated on TarotTube. And I think this one is definitely underrated. The people that I have seen that do use it, they love it. But I think not many people are aware of it, which is too bad. And the final prompt today is show a deck that you think everyone should have. And in my opinion, that is the Gentle Tarot. This is the sweetest deck. Now, this is a smaller version. This version was released for people who either have smaller hands or who have issues with their hands, like arthritis. So it's a slightly smaller deck, and it is linen. Now, this deck is being released, a new edition, on Kickstarter very, very soon. And there will also be an oracle available, an oracle deck. Just put these aside. These are keyword cards and spreads and all sorts. I've got these well mixed up, don't I? Sorry about this. So the deck that is being released, or that the campaign will be released on Kickstarter coming up very soon, is also going to be linen. And there will be, like I said, an oracle deck available as well. This, to me, is an incredible, incredible deck. It is so gentle. Well, it's the gentle tarot, so you'd expect that. It's really loving. This is the ultimate self-care deck, in my opinion. I bought the guidebook that comes with this, and it's incredible. She gives affirmations, the explanations of the cards, and how to work with them, and the self-care that goes along with it is just incredible. This is one of my very favorite decks. And this is definitely the deck that I go to when I really need some self-care and self-love. When I'm feeling fragile, feeling delicate, feeling anxious. This is often where I go, because it does help a lot. The messages that I get from this deck are so affirming and loving and kind and gentle. And I think we all can use a little bit more of that in our lives. I think we tend to be pretty hard on ourselves. The world tends to be pretty hard on us. So if we can go to, if we have a tarot deck that we can go to that can help us just to take care of ourselves, to love ourselves a little bit more, be a little bit more gentle, then yeah, I definitely think that this is a deck that everyone should have. So that is it. That is the 5 tarot deck challenge. I will be linking the original video in the description box below. Please go check that out if you haven't seen that already. I want to say thank you to Cassandra from A Riffle in Time for sharing a really great tarot tag. I hope that you enjoyed watching this today. Thank you for spending time with me. I really, truly appreciate it. Until next time, may love and laughter light your days. Bye for now.